Yo, what's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. This is Drinks with JD.
It's tough, as I mentioned, because like a lot of my family is spread apart.
Okay.
So they're not all stable there. So I got like a lot of them in Seattle that's doing it. But I mean, again, you can still, reach out and do it, but it's usually harder when you're not around, especially building that team. Some in Kansas, some in Tennessee, there's some everywhere, man, Texas. So, it's tough. No, not really, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, not really. Just getting to what I was doing, sticking in my lane, and I knew in my lane always I was taught if you stick to your lane, you got to go in your own lane. If you start looking left or right, you start veering this way.
Okay.
So that was my thing. I wasn't really too focused on help or nobody doing it. I was always wanted to be self-made and just do it my way.
No doubt. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, my brother. So I always ask my guests who are music artists whenever they come on my show.
Yeah.
I always ask, when did you know that you fell in love with the hip hop genre?
I mean, like I said, since I was a kid.
Okay.
The Poison. I always mess their name up, so I don't want to say it.
Okay.
So it's the Bell, Bell, whatever. I don't want to say it.
Okay.
I always mess their name up, but everybody knows. Since then, I mean, in the kid, I remember songs like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I would go to sleep. It wasn't just hip hop. It was R&B too. We would go to sleep. Banging a little more on the R&B side. If it was Usher or Genuine or what is his name? I can't think of his name right now, but it'll come back to me.
No doubt.
Older guys, man, and then a lot of my parents listen to a lot of old music, so that's what I was really listening to. And then I started listening when Tupac really came around. I figured out he was Gemini, and that was it. It was Thug Life, So so he was a big influence. Snoop was huge. Love Snoop. Snoop and Tupac was my real influence. I remember driving to school with Pops.
Yeah.
I went to Trinity Lutheran. This was my first. That's another elementary school. I went to right there by the barrel.
No doubt.
Man, we was driving, we was bumping Gangsta Party.
Okay.
All the way to Trinity Lutheran.
No
Think
doubt.
about that.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then, man, I just said, man, Dad, play that one again.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, you better like the beat, not the words.
Okay.
But he already knew. He already knew, Yeah, it was. I think at that point in time, for real, I was a second grader.
Okay.
First or second grade, I was 7 years old. That's when I knew. I was like, okay. Yeah, this is it right here.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
You know how you just mentioned Tupac and Snoop, right? How they influenced you. Who else has inspired you as far as let's say to just create your sound? Like who are big inspirations for you as far as music musicians?
I get a lot of my fans, a lot of people will be like, "Oh yeah, you sound like you're from the Bay."
Okay.
A lot of people don't even think I'm from San Diego.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, but I used to listen to a lot of Too Short, Messy Marv, like I said, Looney Coleon, T Nutty.
Yeah.
I mean, when my era was coming up, those dudes in Sacramento, even though that's not really the Bay, but that's really Bay. The way they still communicate.
Or Vallejo, like E40, what I'm saying? Of course.
Yeah, man.
Sacramento.
Yeah, so, and it was a couple other guys, man. That's what we were really listening to. Mac Dre is huge.
Yes.
Mac Dre is
Brother Lynch.
Yeah, that was my favorite. So that's really my favorite rapper.
Okay.
But you said influences, so favorite.
Yes.
You said I don't really rap like him, so that's
Yeah, no, for sure. Because he has his own.
Yeah, he got his own
different sound. Like a gory side.
That was really my favorite rapper coming up in my high school era.
No doubt.
But yeah, a lot of those dudes, man. A lot of those dudes we used to listen to. So, and what you listen to a lot is what you kind of, image, and so I think that was one of the main things that really, it all comes into my sound if you listen to really how I rap.
Yes. You know what? Staying on that and touching on that, I guess I don't want to dive deep into it because I know later in the interview I want to talk about it as well, but I'll mention it here since you mentioned it. Now I see it. I see that, yes, I guess people could say you are influenced by the Bay. And some of my favorite things about you is that, or let's say one of my favorite things about you is that you have used DJ Mustard type beats. And yes, he's from LA. However, people say that his sound is kind of Bay Area like. And one of my favorite things about you is how you rap on DJ Mustard type beats. Yeah, so yeah, I can totally see it.
So when I was coming around, there wasn't a YG.
Yes.
You know, I was the I was the original YG, but when you're from LA, you know, whenever you make it, that's that's what you run with. So when it was all around the same time, we was always, even Joe Moses, all these guys, we was always around each other. So I was just from San Diego. I mean, Tev Third, that's little bro. You know, he was with the Jerky movement with him and YG. They had that group together. So we was always together. But I was from San Diego, so you know, I would bring whatever I had up there and then come back down here. You know, so you know, that was just the sound that I liked. It was a little bit up tempo, but it was still on the West Coast side enough to where it was like, okay, this is a little bit. This is like Too Short. This is like E40. This is what I like to hear. You know what I mean? So I think that's more what it is. I can't really get with all the trap music and rapping on that stuff. It's cool, but that ain't me. So I don't like I said, I like to stick to my lane. This is how I won. This is how I've been winning. This is how I've been, you know, this is how I've got to where I've got to right now. So
I totally understand. Okay. All right, man. So you know how you were just mentioning artists from LA, right? And how you would drive up there and work. So what does it mean to you to be a music artist from San Diego?
That mean everything to me. You know, I think out here, if we're gonna talk, I'm gonna just talk in general. That's how I like to mean. We talk in San Diego. I think out here it's a lot of talented people. Yes. From music, from just being smart, athletically. We at the top. You know, I take it on a little bit more personally because it is harder to make it from here than it is to go to the Bay or to LA, you know, because those guys, it's right then and there. It's in their face. They can go to the mall and walk in. Oh damn, I just ran to Dr. Dre, you know, and maybe Dr. Dre listened to it, maybe he don't. Yes. You know, all the superstars that you see that's not even from the West Coast, they live in LA. You know, maybe still some live in Atlanta, some in Miami. For the most part, they all live there. You know, in the Bay, so it's a little easier when you're up there, you know. So when you're coming from here to even get recognized and start messing with people like when I got on with Snoop and Percy and R.M. and Dog Pound, you know, that was big for me because one of my songs was being sang by one of his nieces. So that's how I knew, okay, what we're doing is going in the right direction. But, you know, it's a little bit of a tie. I couldn't say it without the help of, you know, some of my brothers like Tev Third and some of the cats that I really, K-Boy, Eastside K-Boy, he's doing this thing right now. Without really connecting with them and them really opening the arms to me, because when people start seeing them mess with me, they wanted to tie in and say, okay, what's going on with San Diego, you know? And then they invited me up there, and we was in the studio all night just playing my album, and we was just vibing, you know, in the Dog Pound studio. So, you know, it was I take it on really strong because, you know, San Diego, I love it, and I think that we need to get more light on our city and what we're doing down here because we got a lot more, but we just got to get out our own way sometimes, you know, and that's just being 1,000.
No doubt. And I totally understand what you're saying, and also I want to thank you for being a proud San Diegan and shining light on us as well. So because you have a staple in that. So yes, you're also shining on everybody else and giving them praise, but you know you deserve your flowers as well. And thank you for bringing light to San Diego as well.
Oh man, I appreciate it. I just like to see everybody win. I ain't no hater, man. So that ain't ever been in my pedigree. That ain't how I was raised. Like I said, my family, we're not really originally from here. So the way they think is more on the south, you know, southern side, you know, Midwest
That's
mentality.
That hospitality.
Yeah. So you know, a lot of these guys out here, I feel bad for them because they, you know, the way they've been raised is not, you know, it's not correct. So. It's a little different. So, you know, the way we think, the way I think is a lot different than a lot of people out here think.
No doubt. And speaking on that, I also feel, fortunately, that, and I'm sure you could agree that at least I believe that the culture here in San Diego is changing for the better. You know, than let's say, than what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're more hospitable, maybe more accepting as well. So that's a plus, right?
Yeah. I think San Diego as a whole, like when you come in like as an out of towner, I think when you're somebody or you have some type of, you know, stature to you, that we always open arms. But now it is getting better as far as everybody kind of trying to blend together. If we can get it right on the street level, then it'll really be good. You know what I mean? But
no doubt.
yeah, everybody's right now kind of doing their thing, and I see a lot more of what I see is a lot more youngsters supporting their own musicians. That's what I see.
No doubt, no doubt.
I see a
that's
lot
what
of
we
these,
need. That's
what we need, because that's what is going to take this city to the next level, because those are the next guys up. So you need the support. You go, and that's what I think that a lot of people in my generation have kids teaching their kids, like I'm teaching mine. Don't keep the hater stuff out the way.
No doubt.
Everybody's doing their thing, and you always salute anybody who's doing their thing, just as well as you doing yours.
No doubt.
Know what I mean?
And there's plenty of shine to go around.
It's money. It's out here, baby. You got your own goal. That's what I'm telling you, your own lane.
No doubt, no doubt. Okay. All right, my brother. So, as a fellow San Diegan, I understand the pride that we have for our city.
Yeah.
And I noticed that in all of your projects, you let it be known that you're from SD, right? Why is it important to you to highlight San Diego?